What's up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big John and G, the Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming. Yeah, so this is going to be a pretty good episode. I'm very excited because it has been a while. It's been months since we've done a gaming radar. And this game I've been looking at, and I really believe it deserves a place on the radar. And if I did have the games on the radar numbered, it'd probably be pretty high up. But I don't do that. Why? If you want it, you want it. That's what it comes down to. That's all that really matters. And here's a game that you may want, so you may want to put it on your gaming radar. And that's by Cool Mini or Not, Wacky Races. I grew up loving this Hanna-Barbera cartoon. This and Laugh Olympics were my two favorite because it brought together so many characters. Well, Laugh Olympics, pretty much all the characters in Wacky Races were kind of made up on the spot, but it still had that big feeling to it, you know? And man, I really loved it. Especially that one episode. That one episode where Dick Dastardly and Muttley won. Well, they didn't actually win. They could have won, but they didn't. Because they took a bet that said that they couldn't do a whole race without cheating. And they didn't cheat. They were about to cross the finish line first. And Dastardly figured, if I'm not going to win through cheating, I don't want to win. Technically, they wanted to, they could have had that race. Might be one of my favorite episodes. But why don't we find out what's in the game box, find out what the game is about, and why I think it's worthy to be on my radar. Maybe it should be on yours too. All right, I'll see you down at the table. Yeah, it has been a while. It's been 3, 4 or 5 months since I've done a gaming radar. Way too long. And what happened was I saw this game. I came across this game in a scroll, and I realized I'd forgotten about it. I'd seen it several months ago, and I was really excited when I saw it. Then I guess a lot of things in personal life and other things here just sort of happened and pushed it away. At the back of my mind. I forgot about it. Fell off the radar. I'm sorry it did. But I'm glad it's back on the radar now. Cool Mini or Not has teamed up with Warner Brothers to bring to life, in a board game sense, one of the great Hanna-Barbera cartoons, Wacky Races. I grew up loving this cartoon. This and Laugh Olympics were probably my two all-time favorite Hanna-Barbera cartoons outside of Scooby-Doo. And he was part of Laugh Olympics, so yay, he had a whole team. But I'm talking about that. I'm talking about Wacky Races. Dastardly and Muttley at their best. Their best worst. Or their worst actually, because they never really did do them any good. But you loved watching them. You loved watching Dastardly's plans backfire on him. You loved watching Muttley laugh about it with that laugh like he smoked 5 packs of cigarettes a day for 20 years. But it was fun to watch. I had my personal favorite, Professor Pat Pending, and the Converter Car. Remember, he won at least one that I remember. I was so happy. Pat Pending won. My other two favorites, if I had a top 3, would be the Anthill Mob in the Bulletproof Bomb. Those little guys were great. Fantastic. The way that each one of them had a specialty, harken back to the Impossibles and the Super Harlem Globetrotters. That's what it reminded me of. And then there was the Gruesome Twosome. What were they in? The Gruesome Twosome were in the Creepy Coop. Creepy Coop. Yeah. So I loved watching them. And now, Cool Mini or Not has this board game. And that's the kind of game that if you're just playing one race, you got it in like 10, 15 minutes. Maybe 20 when you first learn in the game, right? Maybe 20, 25 when you first learn in the game. But after you know it, 2 games in, they're saying it should take 10, 15 minutes. And I kind of believe that. The way this game has been explained to me with the using of the cards to set up the terrain that your driver is going through. You're picking one of the 10 drivers. You don't get to pick Dick Dastardly and Muttley in the Mean Machine. That's run by the game. It's an AI system that's going to be running the Mean Machine and setting traps for you. So you get to choose one of the others. Penelope Pitstop and the Compact Pussycat. Peter Perfect and the Turbo Terrific. The Slag Brothers in the Boulder Mobile. Well, their name's Rock and Gravel, I think. The Red Max. The Red Max in the Crimson Hay Baler. Sergeant Blast and Private Meekley in the Army Surplus Special. Lazy Luke and Blubber Bear in the Arkansas Chugabug. Rufus Roughcut and Sawtooth. Now, this game can play other than just a quick little 15-20 minute game they're talking about. You can set up multiple games for a championship mode, and that's going to have slightly different rules on each of the races and the games that are partaking in that. So that's going to be a little bit different, but that's going to cover a much bigger gameplay and much more filling gameplay, they're saying. So if you have the time, then that might end up running an hour, hour and a half, but I haven't heard officially how long a championship is going to run, but I don't care. I really want to check this out. So Wacky Races is a game for 2 to 6 players, ages 8 and up. By Cool Mini or not, Wacky Races was designed by Andre, let me try to say this, Andre Cervicio and Fabio Tola. Hope I got those names sounding correctly. I hope so. While you're playing the game, each of the characters, the one you decide on, is going to have their own special abilities that they're able to do that are different than the other players. And you're going to be able to set up your player mat using these abilities that they have. So it's going to differentiate and make it feel a lot more in the game, like the way the Army Surplus Special would be able to blow the, if I remember correctly, it would turn the gun around backwards and then shoot it off to give it a turbo boost. You know, or the way the Creepy Coop, the dragon would come out with the wings and they could like fly over someone. So things were very, very specific and very personal to each of the cars, and they are with the cards in the game associated with each of the cars. I can't wait to see how the Mean Machine plays out. How Dick Dastardly and Muttley are able to set traps. The car itself is going to have its own special abilities. I'm really, really curious about this. Come on, aren't you? Cool Mini or not, says that this game has a fast setup time, fast breakdown time, and they're saying also that it is very easy to learn and an easy game to teach. That's a bonus. So I can't tell you how much this game is up near the top of my radar right now. You know, I remember that even the whole beginning of the show, I remember loving that, seeing all the different drivers and just that feeling of anticipation. And that's how I feel about getting the game right now. I have that similar feeling of anticipation I had whenever I would hear, and now here they are, the most daredevil group of daffy drivers to ever whirl their wheels in the Wacky Races, competing for the title of World's Wackiest Racer. Which in hindsight, what kind of title really is that? Because they seem to give the title away every week, right? So you don't really get to hold on to it. At the end of the year, everyone, except Dick Dastardly and Muttley, seems to have had it at least once. I guess it just sounds fun. Cool Mini or Not is dropping 2 different versions of this box game. There's the regular normal game, which is the one I'm probably going to end up getting because money. Let's be honest. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. The regular game, the base game, looks great, looks beautiful. I'm looking forward to looking at it. I'm looking forward to playing it. I'm looking forward to showing it off on my shelves, making some showcase videos for it. Definitely. But they do have a deluxe version. The deluxe version, all the miniatures are painted. And from what I've been seeing online, they look really good. I mean, they look really, really cartoon, realistic good. So that shows that it's not just the miniatures themselves, the way they were carved, the way they were artistically rendered, that match the show. But even when you get the painted versions, they're true to the color tones, and that brings it alive and makes each of the cars and each of the drivers that are in the cars more realistic to the cartoon. Cartoon realism. You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. It looks like the original Hanna-Barbera, and that feels good. So cool mini or nuts, wacky races. That's on my game radar, and if you're a board gamer, or if you're just a nostalgia fan for old cartoons, Hanna-Barbera cartoons, this game deserves to be on your radar as well. So it just dropped. Go check it out and see if it's the kind of game that you're going to want as well. I know it's going to be finding a place on one of these shelves. All right, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you so much for coming over here and checking us out, as well as when you go over to our Facebook, our Instagram, or our Twitter pages. We drop a few things there that are different from over here, so go take a look. We're not always sure what we're going to be dropping. We don't have anything planned out. It's always a nice surprise. I also want to say thank you to everyone that's going over to our official Two Gun Pixie Zazzle store. That's awesome. Thank you so much for doing that. Looking at some of the cool nerd designs that we have on our merch, our hats, our shirts, our mugs, our steins, bumper stickers. If I was able to put a symbol on it, or a design, or an icon on it, I did. So go take a look. Maybe there's something you might like over there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming here to our home, the Two Gun Pixie home on YouTube. You watch our videos, you like them, you comment them. That makes us feel great. We're going to be getting back to the mailroom soon. Next week we're going to be doing more mailroom, especially the Monday episodes, that's for sure, and a few more maybe in during the week. So leave your comments, and if you want them addressed on video, let us know in the comments. Thank you for sharing our videos. That's another great thing that everyone does to help support Two Gun Pixie. It's one of the best ways you can help support us, is by spreading the word. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Keep it up. And we're going to keep making videos for you to watch. I'm your buddy Big Johnny G. Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming. And my friends, I am out of here.